Hi, everybody. This is a recording of a live stream that we do on Thursdays. I team up with Chelsea from Paper Octio Studio, and we do a live stream on Thursdays. And today we were doing mono printing. I have a couple of different jelly plates out, and we're talking about the gel press, the jelly plate, the new plate from Ranger, different mono printing techniques. I'm going to do some different surfaces. I have some labels and packing tape and envelopes and what else did I use? Transparency, and I'm using a number of different paints. I recently got some of the Liquitex FW acrylic inks because they were on sale, and I know a number of you had picked up those sale inks, and so I wanted to try them out on the gel plate and see, what effect I could get using those along with the paints. So you'll see that I use a number of different inks and paints and some of my own stamp creations and, just mostly not using stencils or, what we typically think of, but using the plate to apply different texture to background papers because I'm thinking I want to use these in some journaling. And there's an envelope. There's one of the envelopes that I made today. And I really like the grunginess of all the layers when you put the different colors together and let the layers dry in between. So you'll see that the pages I'm creating today are multi-layered and have a lot of grungy effect to them. It's not what you think of as a beautiful print. It's more of a, grunge background. So I'm going to continue to work here and just show you my techniques. Now I'm using a homemade stamp. These I do out of foam, kids foam, from the craft store, craft foam. And you can get this foam in a number of different ways. I have some thicker foam that I'm using for the backer, and you can use both sides of that thicker foam to apply pieces. I have cut some pieces and glued them down. I will show you later in today's video where I hand cut some circles and ran them through my Xyron machine and glue those onto the back side of this particular piece. I also have some of the foam that you can mold by heating. Um, this is a big block, and you can press it into texture, and you just heat it with a heat tool, press it into texture, and you can reheat it and change the image by pressing it into something else then once it's been heated again. So, and then this is a foamy stamp I'd gotten, and the backside had nothing on it, and I thought, oh, an opportunity, a golden opportunity. So I had used a heat tool, one of those that you carve with, and had carved a design into the back of that foamy stamp. And so I can use that on my gel press plate, jelly plate, jelly arts plate, whatever you want to call it. And in the discussion we had, they were talking about a number of different ways that you can create a mono printing plate. And one of the audience members had said that they had gotten a floor mat from IKEA and they were using that. And then um, someone else was talking about their homemade plate and, a number of different things that are available on the market. So, you know, just look around, think about it. You can monoprint on a lot of things. I used to do monoprinting on just a piece of glass. So, um, if you're new to this and haven't tried it before, use what you have and experiment. So, I just keep playing with different colors, and you see what I do is I work between my plates. I'll move back and forth, and that way I'm not wasting paint because I will move paint with a stamp or a stencil or whatever tool I am using and move it between one plate and the other. And that way it all gets used up. So this is the back side of that stamp I was using earlier. These are just those foam pieces that I'd cut out into rings and circles and ran through the Xyron. And here you can see that I have started creating using that. Got paint on it already because we kind of shift back and forth on the screen as Shell and I create. If you want to see the whole video, go over to Art Joy is Sharing live stream. That's another YouTube channel, and that's where we share that. And you can watch the original version of our creation. We create on Thursdays for about an hour and a half. So if you've got an hour and a half to spend and you want to see the original, you can do that. I also do the sped up version here so that you can see my process without having to spend so much time. And it also gives you an idea of where in the video different things are. So if there's something specific you want to go look for, um, you can kind of fast forward through things on the original. Now, here I'm showing you the transparency. These are some that my husband had picked up at a garage sale, and they work really well on the jelly plate. So I used my homemade stamp and the jelly plate and just created my first layer, because when you do a transparency, I put the paint on the back side of the transparency, so you can layer and layer and layer and get all kinds of cool effects by doing that, because you're going to look through from the top side. Now this is one of my homemade masks. I had cut out this leaf shape from just I think it was a school folder out of plastic or something like that. And you can see it makes a very nice mask. This is a Celadon green paint, and I'm using some blue paint and mixing the two colors together, putting that mask down, and then I'm going to apply some, I think this was Payne's Gray, over the top and just get that image and pick that up. And voila, there you go. So, you can make a lot of your own homemade tools. You don't have to go out and buy a bunch of things. This one was made probably from a dollar store find, or it might have even been something that I had from the kids. But, um, bubble wrap, make your own combs and things from plastic. Use your foam and cut it out and make your own stamps. Um, but this printing process is just so much fun. You can spend hours and hours, and days just printing paper. And I do that. Um, And like I said, there are a lot of different surfaces that you can work on. So towards the end here, I'll show you the pieces that I created during this particular session. And I hope you enjoy that. And I hope you come and join us on a Thursday. And if you want to also join our group and share with us, your processes, you can join Art Joy of Sharing. That is a Facebook group, and we have some challenges and things that go on in there. We also have another challenge Facebook group, which is Pick a Stick Challenge. So if you want to do challenges, check it out, because that's an art journaling challenge, and we do a monthly challenge for that too. So thanks for joining me today. If you're not a regular subscriber, please subscribe and click the uh, bell down below so that you get notifications when I have new content coming out. I appreciate that. I appreciate you sharing the content that's on my channel with others, so that they know and learn about my channel, because not everybody has joined me here, and I'm always glad to find new friends. So you can see here I am working on some of that packing tape. And someone had asked me, well, what are you going to use the packing tape for? Well, it's for any number of purposes, just on the edge of a journal page, or to make a bookmark, or uh, an ATC, or anything like that. So these are all components. These are mixed media components that become part of your art. So I hope you enjoyed the process, and I will talk to you again soon. I'm just putting some glue down to attach those to a piece of book text, because it looks pretty cool. You can see the text right through the tape, and that just gives it a little more interest if you're going to add it to another piece. So here's the final shots. Enjoy, and I'll stop talking now. Bye for now.